everybody, Agashi here. So today I am doing the ending review of the Thai drama that I was watching. I reviewed it with you guys like a while back of the first I think the first 5 episodes. And it is called, the English title is called Thong Eak, the Pharmacist of Chaloang. And the Thai title is Thong Eak,หมอยา Chaloang. So it's played by Mario and Kimberly, and they are the main characters for this. A little bit recap about the drama. The beginning is Thong Eak and his grandfather. They are pharmacists along with 2 other students, and they learn a lot of medicines and medical stuff like that. Pretty much like doctor pharmacists. And this time period they're living in is in like the Rama 5. I don't know what that is. It's like a different time period. And like people don't in the city, in the town, don't really like Thong Eak and his grandfather because his grandfather couldn't save someone back then from rabies, and so the town village kind of looked down on them. So that's why they live outside of the town. And he gets entangled, Thong Eak gets entangled with Chaba, and like ever since then like they started getting entangled with each other and all these stuff like that. And like she is from a noble family, and there's like a noble guy, which is Clyde, who likes her, but she doesn't like him. And Clyde is apparently rich, like most of like the richest one. His mom runs like the company and stuff like that in their village. And at the same time, Thong Eak meets Pong, which is like this witch lady's daughter. There's like this witch lady in the town who she does like all her witchcraft and stuff like that on the village people, and it cures them, but like it hasn't been curing them lately. And they been going to Thong Eak and his grandfather. So that's like the recap of like the whole beginning of the first 5 episodes. So from like episode 6 and on, Chaba and Thong Eak, which is the main characters, they start to kind of like get entangled with each other, and their love kind of starts. Clyde's mom went to ask Chaba for hand in marriage, but Chaba keeps having second thoughts, and she wants, because during this time she's been learning medicines and learning all these things from Thong Eak and being around Thong Eak, and like she's starting to find her character, who she is, what she wants to be, because she's just really tomboy. And so in a way she kind of has feelings for Thong Eak, but she doesn't realize it. And then she meets Pong and Thong Eak together, and she realized that Thong Eak has a loved one already, so she's heard about it and she chooses to marry Clyde. So in episode 7, the grandfather passes away. The witch lady tries to poison Thong Eak, but grandfather eats the food that has poison in there, and it was slowly killing him, and the grandfather died. But before he died, he told Thong Eak that you are an excellent doctor, you know, you are doing so well, you just gotta learn to accept that, you know, sometime death happens upon you, people are gonna look down on you, people are not gonna trust you anymore, but you are excellent, you stay true to your heart, you do well, everything will be well for you. So grandfather passes away, people start looking down on Thong Eak, you know, Chaba's parents forbids her to go see Thong Eak and all this stuff like that. And in the meantime of, you know, everybody looking down on Thong Eak because they're like, his grandfather died and he couldn't cure his grandfather, so you know, it's like it looks bad on him. Someone from the city, Bangkok, comes and asks Thong Eak to go and help his mother. A lot of doctors in Bangkok cannot cure his mother, but he heard about Thong Eak and he wants to take Thong Eak with him. So like in episode 8, Thong Eak leaves with this random guy who we have no idea who he is, and they keep calling him Thun Chai P, you know, and he goes and he ends up in this big huge home, and he finds out that this Thun Chai P is actually Prince Pinpreeda, and he brought Thong Eak to cure his mother, which is she's like a princess Pan Raksami, something like that. And then Thong Eak was like, oh my god, he's securing a royal family. And he left without telling anybody, so he's stuck there and he just doesn't send any message home that he's in Bangkok. Meanwhile, people back in his hotel is going like chaos. They cannot find him. They think he's dead. They think he's sad that his grandfather passed away and he died and all this stuff like that. And so with him being over there, he cures the princess, the mom, and everything like that. And back in their town, Chaba is forced to get engaged to Clyde because her father went through a lot of debt and from gambling, and Clyde's mom paid for his debt, and in return she asked for Chaba's dad to give Chaba, pretty much forced Chaba to marry Clyde, and that's what happened. So Chaba comes back, not Chaba, Thong Eak returns, he cares the mom, he does it, like people still look down on him in Bangkok, but he was able to cure the mom from the black fever she was having, and he was able to come back, and the mom, she's like, if you ever need anything, I'm here for you. They gave him a lot of like payments, golds and stuff like that, and then he comes back, he cures the people that he left that got sick, and he finds out that Chaba is engaged now while he was gone, and he realized that he was in love with her, and he was just kind of like, he doesn't know what to do, because at the same time he also found out that the witch lady killed his grandfather, and so he went under investigation, and he got the witch lady and her servant in jail, and Pong ends up becoming a servant to Clyde's family. Clyde's mom took her in because she's the only one left. So, with the witch lady mom being in the prison, Pong is working for Clyde. Clyde's family, Clyde, he hates it that whatever he does, Chaba does not fall for him. Chaba does not care for him. Even though they are engaged, Chaba still goes towards Thong Eak. So he gets really upset and he makes a move on Pong, and all stuff like that. And then his mom's all like, then just break the engagement with Chaba because she doesn't care about you. She doesn't want to marry you. So let's just have Pong. She's more feminine. I don't want a tomboy to be my daughter-in-law and stuff like that. And so they were in a process of trying to call it off and stuff like that, but Chaba's dad forbids Thong Eak and Chaba to be together. And they pretty much, Thong Eak fights his way for Chaba, and the dad will lock up Chaba so she doesn't see Thong Eak anymore. And in the process of it, Pong, she secretly goes behind Clyde's back and saves her mom and gets her mom out of jail. And then in the process of doing so, her mom is trying to take her and they run away. But Pong feels as if that she shouldn't do that anymore because she's stupid, honestly. Her mom, when she was sick, her mom threw her out because her mom didn't want her around because her mom couldn't cure her. When the town looked at her mom like, oh, she can cure people. And then when she got cured by Thong Eak, the mom wanted her back. And so that rich men would come, so date the daughter or marry the daughter so the mom could get money, And she tried to in the first place, she tried to get Clyde to, sleep with her daughter by doing some voodoo stuff on them. But, they snapped out of it, and, a lot of things. So the mom is just pure bad, period. And so, pretty much Clyde finds out about it, and Clyde is kind of falling in love with Pong too. So he doesn't want Pong to be with her mom anymore because he pretty much tell Pong you have so much more. You're better than your mom. You deserve better than that. So by the time we hit episode 11 in there, Chaba is in the process of getting married to Clyde, but Clyde gives up his love for Chaba and he swapped the groom. So they swapped the groom with Thong Eak, and the princess oh my gosh, I have such a hard time saying her name. The princess from Bangkok, she comes and officiate, pretty much approve of the wedding and everything, being there, the representative and everything like that. And she sees Thong Eak as the groom, and she allows Thong Eak to, marry Chaba, but like Chaba's dad was like, no, in our tradition, he has to have the money and everything to come, engage and do the wedding. And then the princess was just like, okay, well, he doesn't have anything, then here, she takes off her golden ring, gives it to Thong Eak and said, do whatever you want with that. And Thong Eak uses that as an engagement ring for Chaba then. And then the dad goes, fine, I'll accept that, but he doesn't have money to pay for the bride. And Thong Eak's his two servants, his two students or whatever was like, we do have it, the money from last time when he went to cure the princess in Bangkok. And they pull it out and they're like, is this enough? And so pretty much everything got covered for, and it was thanks to the princess and the good deeds that Thong Eak did. Thong Eak and Chaba got married, but the dad still prevents them from being together and all this stuff like that. But they continue on and they work hard together as a couple. And Chaba helps him with his doctor pharmacy, and she learns and all these things like that. And then some hilarious things happen in episode 12. Nickhun from 2 p.m. shows up, and he's like the Prince of Korea. It's so hilarious. Like, sometimes you just forget that Nickhun is Thai as well, and it's just he's in Korea, and he comes and he shows up and he's just visiting the town, and Chang Kong, like Chaba's friend, was like all drooling over him and all this stuff like that. And then Margie, she plays Nickhun's sister too, and all these things like that. And then towards episode the last two episodes, 13 and 14, the town goes through like this outbreak disease, and it was like spreading, and many people was passing away from it. And Thong Eak and Chaba was trying their best to like save these people, but like they couldn't cure some of them, and a lot of them died. And Chaba ended up catching this disease, and like Thong Eak was just kind of like, oh, he has to save his wife. He's sad about it. And in the process, and then that time too, Pong becomes pregnant with Clyde's child, and Clyde finds out that her mom caught the disease too, but Clyde doesn't help because Clyde feels as if that like he shouldn't help the mom already. The mom deserved that because she was supposed to go to jail forever, but she broke free out of jail. She killed a lot of people. She's using Pong. Pong is pregnant now. Pong is going to be his wife. She deserves better, so Clyde doesn't help the mom, and the mom passes away, and Clyde keeps it a secret from Pong eventually. But towards the end of episode 13, Thong Eak ends up saving 3 patients, and they got cured, and he started curing everyone else, and including his wife. So by the time we get to the ending, everything is happy and good. Chang Kong marries one of the students that works with Thong Eak, and she's pregnant. Pong and Clyde, they give birth to a son. They're happily married, and finally Chaba becomes pregnant because throughout the episode, like all these times like that, people are getting pregnant around her, and she's not, and she's finally pregnant, and they live happily ever after. So it was a very like romance comedy drama. It was very hilarious. It was very funny, and it was just a lot of like I've said this millions of times. Thai dramas, they give you very meaningful quotes and life lesson learning, and this one had a lot of it. It was really good, and like it's basically it's basically about looking upon the rich and the poor. Like, you shouldn't judge them for that, and you shouldn't differentiate the two of them. Like Thong Eak, he's poor, but he's hardworking. He's passionate about his place, his work, and everything like that. And Chaba, she's from a rich family, but she never really lived like a rich girl. She just wanted to be normal and have like a carefree life. And meeting Thong Eak gave her a meaning, a reason to work hard and do something about it. And so that's pretty much it, and it was really good. I really liked it. I just watched parts with me. It's like I also said, Thai dramas, an episode is so long. It's like 2 hours, so it is dreadful watching it. I did binge watch this. Like I let it sit until episode 10, and I watched from 6 to 10, like binge watching those. And like oh my god, they're so long, and it's just such long episode, and it makes you so exhausting at the end. It's not like it's boring, it's just so exhausting watching it compared to other ones, you know, where like they're a little bit shorter, you know, they're like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, you know, and they're a little bit shorter, so you can actually, it makes you feel like you watched a lot, but it's about the same amount of time that you put into it too. But yeah, that is it for this drama. And yeah, I heard that Nadik and Matt remake Korean drama My Love for Another Star. It's actually coming out. The Thai version. I am looking forward to that. I actually didn't really watch the Korean version as much besides watching the Running Man version. So we will see how it turned out for that drama. So for the next Thai drama review will be that, and I will see you guys when that do come out.